Hey guys, it's Crystal Andrea with Bold by Crystal. So tonight we're doing something a little different. We are introducing Bold After Dark. Bold After Dark is a series of questions that you guys submit to me. Anything dealing with your weight loss journey, anything that you're battling with, you're going to submit those questions from all over the country, and I'm going to answer them as real and raw as possible. So tonight we're going to start with episode 1, and it gets juicy, ladies. So grab your tea and let's dive in. Now remember, these are completely anonymous. I'm going to read these questions word for word, and then I'm just going to give you my best, honest, raw opinion. This is just us having a talk about things that I think that have worked for clients in the past, things that I know worked for me, and things that I think that will work for you. So let's start with submission number 1. Again, word for word, completely anonymous. I've been a heavy girl all of my life, including being a kid, and I'm sick of it now because my doctor told me not to get pregnant before losing weight. That hurts. How do I get over the mentality of no matter what I do, I'll always be big? How do I not be my own worst enemy when looking at myself in the mirror? How can I increase the motivation for myself? Because I don't mind getting started, but sticking with it is the issue. That is a very good question and a very common question. A lot of women deal with pregnancy issues or not being able to get pregnant because their doctor told them to lose weight first. And when they hear those dreaded words, lose weight first, they completely get backed into a wall because they fear they cannot lose weight. And we're going to change that narrative. I've seen it so many times in the 20 years, well, really over 20 years that I've been training. I've had women come to me. I need to lose weight because I want to start a family. The doctor told me I need to lose weight in order for me to have kids. I hear it all the time. And I'm telling you, sis, it is not impossible. Do not fear those words. Use those words as motivation. Now, granted, I understand there might be some genetic issues going on where you said that you have been a big kid all your life. That's fair. I get it. But in your adult life, change that narrative. Doesn't mean you have to be a size 2. It just means you can be a healthier version of you so that you can have that good doctor's report and have that baby. So what I would suggest, first of all, don't think about trying to get into the gym with some crazy, insane routine to lose a quick 20 pounds. You can get pregnant, then go back down the wrong road and end up with health issues carrying a baby. So again, you don't want to just lose a quick 10 or 20 pounds trying to appease a doctor so that you can have a baby. You get pregnant and then you go backwards and then end up with other health issues. So let's change that narrative. First thing you want to do, you just want to focus on your diet. Focus on the simple things. You don't have to eat grass and seaweed and lettuce every day to lose weight. You can eat healthier things, choose healthier options, stay away from processed foods, start putting good things in your body so that your metabolism changes and your body reacts as it should. I would suggest A, reaching out to a nutritionist. B, you can even reach out to me. C, you can Google simple, easy meal plans just to help you get started. So don't get stuck in that mentality. Oh, I've always been a big girl, even as a kid. Okay, great. Now you're an adult with different goals. Change the narrative. Now, you said you look at yourself in the mirror every single day and you do not like what you see. When you look in the mirror, always ask yourself, what is your why? You've already established your why. You want to have a baby. And you want to prove to that doctor you're disciplined enough to do what you have to do to have that baby and have a healthy baby and have a healthy pregnancy. So when you look in the mirror, don't look at that mirror and body shame yourself. Don't look at that mirror and look at, oh, you want to be a certain size or a certain number. Look in the mirror and say, I want to be a healthier version of me so that I can start a family. That's it. Do it every single day. You'll be surprised how the words that you speak in your mind connect, and you can start speaking those things into existence. Start speaking over your body and remembering your why, and get up and start doing things to make changes in your daily routine for your health, your fitness, and your diet. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Nobody's asking you to run a marathon. Now, what do you do about starting and not sticking to it? That's that one word we all fear: discipline. No one starts off with that discipline mentality to get anything done. We have to repeat things over and over again to become disciplined enough to do it. It's kind of like growing up as a kid and your mom or your dad tell you you need to make up your bed every morning before school, or you need to clean your room on the weekends, or you got to do whatever. First couple of times they tell you, you rushing out the door and you forget. But the more and more you continue to do it, it becomes a habit and it becomes discipline. So you're going to have to create healthier habits in order to be disciplined enough to stick to it. We all start things and we all fall off because, number one, we lose interest. Number two, other things start happening in life, whether it's vacation, whether it's dinner parties, whether it's friends or family, we get distracted. But you've got to go back to your why, which is your baby, and something that you really, really want, and use that as your key word for discipline. So when it comes to looking at yourself in the mirror, I want to have a baby. When it comes to going to your doctor and getting that doctor's report, I'm going to do this to change my habits because I want to have a baby. When you start getting up every morning, walking 15 minutes, don't stop at day 5. I want to have a baby. So you got to constantly remind yourself of your why. And that's going to help set the tone for how disciplined you become, how you look at yourself in the mirror, and how you overcome this obstacle. So whether it's next year, whether it's 9 months, whether it's 2 years from now, I look forward to your email telling me that you're pregnant and that you're having a healthy pregnancy. And we're going to talk about it on Bold After Dark. So I hope I was able to answer your question. Remember, break that mold. Remember your why. Your baby is your why. Every time you want to stop, every time you look at yourself in the mirror, every time you want to give up, nope, I got to do this for my future baby. And that's going to break that mold. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me via the information that's in our description, or you can follow me on Facebook at Crystal Andrea Evans, and I'll be more than happy to help guide you through your journey in your next chapter. All right, guys. Number 2. Hold on. I got to grab my tea. What are you guys drinking tonight? I'm drinking my Bold by Crystal Detox. I hope you guys are drinking something healthy as well. Alrighty. Question number 2. All right, this one is good. Again, I'm going to read it word for word. And I've already looked at this question because I had to take some notes on it. So I'll be going back and forth in my notes because I really want to get into details with this. What impact does obesity have on your sex life? Example, vaginal dryness, libido. Very good question. And it's to the point now that this is so common that they're selling like over-the-counter things for this, gummies, all types of things that help with libido, sex drive, all of that. So let's tap into it. All right. The first thing I want to clarify is what obesity is. A lot of people think obesity is a number. Oh, if you're 300 pounds, you're obese. If you're 400 pounds, you're obese. Whatever the number is that you guys come up with. Obesity is not a number. Obesity is defined by how much body fat you are carrying on your body. And that number sometimes exceeds over 30, 35, and 40%. That is what obesity is. Example, girl A, 5'6", 260 pounds. Girl B, 5'6", 260 pounds. Girl A, is a solid 260 with 15% body fat. Girl B is 260 pounds, a little bit heavier when it comes to body fat, and her body fat is 45%. Now, both of these girls are the same height. Both of these girls were the same. This girl is going to be considered obese because of the amount of body fat she is carrying. So again, don't associate obesity with a number on the scale. Associate it with how much body fat you're carrying, and that's what you want to get rid of. So when it comes to intimacy with your partner, now the person that sent this to me is married. So let's be clear on that. So I'm all about married couples living their best intimate lives. So let's tap into it. First of all, being overweight affecting your sex life can be exhausting. Number one, let's talk about physical limitations. Now, again, I'm not telling you got to be an acrobat, no yoga and Pilates, hanging off a ceiling, all that good stuff. I mean, some of you may do that, and that's great. Kudos to you. You can teach me some things. However, what I mean about physical limitations, you don't want to have problems being intimate with your partner because you got a cramp here, or you're tired here, or your back hurts, or you can't move in certain positions. You know, it's all about enjoying your spouse. And if you're limited on that because you're too heavy or you are obese and you're uncomfortable, that's going to be uncomfortable for both of you guys. Nobody wants that. And again, it's not about being a size 2. It's just about being healthy and comfortable in the skin you're in. Because in order for you to enjoy your spouse, you want to be comfortable and your spouse wants to be comfortable. And you guys want to be able to enjoy each other without any of those limitations, or without your spouse saying, hey, I can't do that because I know tomorrow you're going to have a cramp in your leg, or whatever the case it is. And again, I'm not saying it has to be anything off the wall, but the simple things, some of you can't even do because of your obesity. So again, think about enjoying your spouse on an intimate level without having those limitations. Even if it's just you shedding 10% body fat, it will make a difference. Trust me, I've dealt with clients. Again, doing this over 20 years, I've heard and seen it all. And I've had women come back and report to me, Crystal, you wouldn't believe how much my sex life changed because I lost those 15 or 20 pounds, or my body fat percentage went from a 35 to a 24. Simple things. And it wasn't anything crazy they were doing. They just followed a healthier routine. That's it. They weren't going to the gym 7 days a week, killing themselves. They weren't eating salad and grass every day. They were still living normal lives, just making healthier choices. So again, it's all about being comfortable and not having those physical limitations. Now, the reason why obesity and being overweight and having that higher fat percentage can decrease your sex drive, because you have to understand those things affect our hormones, especially as women. For men, it affects your testosterone levels. For women, it changes your menstrual cycle, which will cause your sex drive to go down. So again, everything is connected to your hormones. When your hormones get out of whack, your sex drive gets out of whack. You become tired. You don't want to deal with anybody. You don't want to deal with your partner. You just want to come home, go to sleep, repeat. And it can't be like that 7 nights a week. At some point, you want to be able to enjoy your partner. At some point, you want to be able to have intimate time with your partner. Whether it's, middle of the week, end of the week, however you guys roll, whatever it is that you do. But you don't want to be in a position to where you're letting your unhealthy lifestyle affect that, to where your sex drive is completely diminished, or you can't even, stay up long enough after a long week and be intimate with your partner on the weekend just to enjoy them. So those things like that do come into play. And like I said earlier, to the point now, they have over-the-counter stuff that does help with those hormonal levels, that do help with getting you back, on track. But that stuff is temporary. You can't just pop a gummy or pop a pill every single night for the rest of your life. You need to do something about your body fat. Simple as that. Because if you continue to let your body fat get out of whack over and over and over again, neither one of you guys are going to want to be intimate with each other. The third part of this is body image. Come on, you want to be attracted to your spouse, right? Again, not telling you to be an Instagram model or a size 2, but you do want to be the best version of you. Always want to look good for you, period. Second, you want to look good for your spouse because you always represent your spouse, especially if you're out, if you're at a dinner party, if you're out to eat, you want to look good together and you want to feel good together. So obesity can definitely ruin and harm your body image about how you feel, about how you look. You don't want to look a certain way. And of course, that energy is going to relate to your spouse. Well, she ain't feeling it tonight. She in here with a tall tion and a bonnet, and she already is body shaming herself. She doesn't like the way she looks, so I'm not going to even try. Same thing with the woman. Oh, he don't feel like being bothered tonight. He's sleeping on the other side of the bed. He hates how his body looks. I'm not going to even be bothered. Why do that to yourselves? Sometimes it's the wife and not the husband. Sometimes it's the husband and not the wife. And sometimes it's something you have to do together. So again, don't self-sabotage your body image by doing nothing. Do something together. If one partner has it together and the other partner doesn't, you help that partner get it together so you guys can continue to enjoy yourselves years after years. There's no age limit to this. The only thing that limits you in the bedroom is your health and your fitness. Age has nothing to do with it. Again, I've been doing this a long time, and I've heard some stories, even from my 77-year-old clients who live in their best lives because they're taking care of their bodies. And when I say their best lives, they best married lives with their spouses, doing everything. You can control how active and fit you are. You can control the foods that you put in your body. It doesn't have to be anything extreme, just the simple things to get you back connected with your spouse. The worst thing you can do is not take care of your body. That's where a world of problems happen. I've seen it. Now, women, very, very important. Understand with obesity comes hormonal imbalances that also affect your pH balance. Understand when you are at a level where you're over 35 and 40% in body fat and you're just overweight, sweat glands and creases of the body do accumulate. And if you're having an intimate moment with your spouse, you don't want to have to deal with any type of infections or anything like that. You want to take care of your hygiene. You want to make sure that you're eating the right things so that your pH balance is always on point. You want to make sure you're drinking enough water so that your pH balance is always on point. And again, they do make things that are over the counter for this, but these are just simple tools that I'm giving you that you can do at home to avoid any interruptions of your intimate life. So again, remember, obesity has nothing to do with the number on the scale, not all the time. Most of the time, it has to do with the body fat percentage. And when that body fat percentage drops, the number on the scale drops. Remember, you want to look and feel good so that you want to be intimate with your partner, and your partner feels that energy and wants to be intimate with you. You also want to take into consideration your hormone levels when it comes to the foods, the processed foods you put in your body. That stuff gets into your skin, into your oils, all that stuff, and it just reeks out. You don't want to deal with that when you're having an intimate moment with your partner. You want to eat the right things. You want to eat clean. You want your pH balance to be on point. Even women, when it comes to vaginal dryness, that also has to do with your hormonal imbalance because you are overweight. There's things that'll get blocked, things that'll stop working because your body fat percentage is so high. Why do that to yourself? And again, if you're one of those people where everything is on track and your body fat percentage is where it is and you don't need any help, kudos to you. But I'm strictly talking to the people who need help with that. So again, do the simple things so that you can enjoy your spouse and all those lovely intimate moments that you have, whether it's Monday through Friday, Friday through Sunday, or Monday through Sunday. However you feel, however you get it in. Just don't be in your own way and stop it because of your health and fitness. I hope I answered your question correctly. If you have any additional questions concerning this topic, please email me or message me on Facebook at Crystal Andrea Evans. If you want to contact me via email, we'll have all the information in the description. Remember, we've got questions for days. This is just episode 1, and it's going to get better and better. So to my sister, make sure you remember your why. You go lose that weight and you go have that baby. And to my other sister, I don't know what your physical condition is right now, but do whatever you have to do to keep that body image right and tight so you and your hubby can continue on with your best intimate lives. Until next time, guys, it's been a pleasure. Bold After Dark, episode 1. Smooches.